Hello and welcome to Wisdom Wednesdays. Today we're looking in the book of Proverbs at chapter 3, verses 27 and through 28. And here's what they say. Do not withhold good from those who deserve it when it's in your power to help them. If you can help your neighbor now, don't say, come back tomorrow and then I'll help you. This might be some of my favorite verses from Proverbs so far. I love how they reflect God's extravagantly generous heart. A lot of people get a picture of God kind of leaning back, with his hand on his chin and frowning, one eyebrow raised, kind of glaring and saying, maybe I'll help you. If you deserve it, when I'm darn good and ready, provided you jump through all the right hoops first, and then you're gonna owe me big. Grovel before me. These verses don't sound like God's heart matches that picture. Let's read them again. Do not withhold good from those who deserve it when it's in your power to help them. If you can help your neighbor now, don't say, come back tomorrow and then I'll help you. That's a pretty high demand on us to pay attention, isn't it? To notice their need. You might recall at last week's episode of Mindful Mondays, I talked about noticing the need of others. It's a pretty high demand on us to make ourselves available to help to the extent that we're able. This might look like being ready to give money in a moment when it's needed. It might look like making time to help someone move some furniture at last minute's notice. It might mean offering your spare bedroom to someone who's in a crisis. It might mean teaching someone how to do some life skill thing they haven't mastered yet, like cooking or keeping a checkbook. It might mean changing the oil for the single mom next door who can't afford an oil change, and doing so without making her beg you first. It might look like shoveling your neighbor's snow when you know he's got a bad back. It might mean babysitting someone's difficult child so that they can go to marriage counseling. The examples are endless. Need is all around us, and there are so many things that most of us could be doing to address it. A lot of the things are relatively small things, but if all the people who follow Christ did all the little small things that we could do, the world would be a different place. If we live like that, people are going to notice Jesus and be drawn to our faith. Unlike when we argue talking points as if, winning an argument draws anyone to anything. They are great verses, but they're hard to live by sometimes. We're going to have to lean into the Lord to get past the inconvenience, to get past the just irritation along the way, but it is worth the fight. Now, before we go, let's read through those verses 3 more times to start to get them into our heads. Ready? Do not withhold good from those who deserve it when it's in your power to help them. If you can help your neighbor now, don't say, come back tomorrow and then I'll help you. And round 2, do not withhold good from those who deserve it when it's in your power to help them. If you can help your neighbor now, don't say, come back tomorrow and then I'll help you. And round 3, do not withhold good from those who deserve it when it's in your power to help them. If you can help your neighbor now, don't say, come back tomorrow, and then I'll help you. That's all for now. Go out there and do what you can, and don't drag your feet. I would love to hear about the good things that you notice along the way.